Morning, morning, Ange. As you can hear in the background, we've got some nice relaxing music. So I am gonna wake you up nicely. Let's start by lying down on the floor. Let's come down to the floor, lie on your back, and we'll begin. Good morning, Karen. Hello. Shoes on or off, please? Off for Pilates and yoga, Helen, please. Just because there's a few reasons. Number one, it helps you feel kind of more connected to the ground and earth. And another reason is it helps with some of the poses. Getting your foot into that right position. Yeah, no worries. Do you know what? It feels quite freeing as well being in barefoot, I'm not going to lie. Hands face the ceiling. Shoulders back and flat in the mat. Tuck your pelvis underneath. So you push your lower back into the ground. And then you're going to tilt your pelvis again. So just keep doing that. Just tucking the tail under. Keep going until you find somewhere in the middle, and that is your neutral spine position. I'm just going to keep it there. Take a breath in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. In Pilates, we use lateral breathing. So breathing into the diaphragm, into your rib cage. Take a breath in and you expand the ribs. You breathe out and we're channeling that air down towards your tummy, drawing the navel into the spine. So try that again, just breathe into your ribs. Breathe out, navel to spine. That is going to help you contract your core better. Just keep doing a few of those to get a good feel for it. You can use your hands as well. Sometimes it helps me if I put my hands on my ribs and then breathe into my hands. Makes me concentrate as well. So we set the alignment. We've set the breath. We're starting to center by drawing the navel into spine rather than pushing the belly out. Drawing it in. Take the arms overhead. We are going to begin to mobilize. Circle them down by your sides. Breathing in overhead. Exhale, big circle. Ironing out any creaks or cracks in your shoulders. Let's go the other way, waking the brain up. So we go overhead and then push down. I'm only giggling because I'm having to think about it. Breathe in and out. Float the knees up above the hips. This time we press the back down into the floor. Think about imprinting your spine and wriggle about if you need to. Knees hip width apart. Without doing anything, you should feel your core switch on. Option, if this is hurting your back, is to pop the toes in the floor. The palms are still facing the ceiling. Let's tap one toe down in the ground, really, really light, so you barely touch the floor. And then switch sides. Really, really light. I like to think of this one as dipping your big toe into a puddle, and it creates that ripple effect. Breathe out. Try not to let the back arch here. Control. If it hurts your back, please just make this a little bit smaller. We don't want it to hurt, we just want to switch the core on. I don't know about you, but I can feel that already. and relax. To release it at any point, bring the knees into your chest and just give the back a little massage side to side. And lift your arms up above your shoulders and put the knees back directly above the hips again. This time, opposite arm, opposite leg. It is a dead bug. So I'll tap my right toe down, reach the left arm back behind my head, and then switch. Breathing out through the mouth like you're blowing out a straw, blowing out a birthday candle. Speaking of birthdays, have you all put your birthdays into the website? If you haven't, make sure you do. Couple more. And hold it here. This time, drop your right knee out to the side, just the right one. Go about halfway. Pull it back into the center. Then the left one. Just open it out and into the center. Trying to keep good alignment with your back. So the back's pushing into the ground. It'll be very easy just to drop over to the side here. Use your core to hold you still and breathe out to bring the knee back in. If you have tight hips, it might also feel quite nice on your hips. Anybody? Just asking for a friend. Opposite arm reaches out. We exhale, we pull it all into the middle. Other side. Open. All into the middle. Are you keeping your trunk still? It's pretty tricky, isn't it? 2 more. Oh, relax. Let's start to get into the front of your abs. Rectus abdominis. Arms long, hands face the ground. Take a breath in. When you breathe out, lift your head, lift your shoulder blades, and tuck the chin in so you're looking directly towards the thighs. The lower back is pushing into the ground, and we pulse the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. This is the Pilates 100s. Now, if you know your 100s and you're feeling warm, you can add those modifications with the legs. So to make it a little bit trickier, you can take your legs to a tabletop, or you can shoot the legs out on a diagonal, or you could bicycle the legs if you're feeling wild. Just try and keep upper body still. It's just the arms that are moving. When you've done round about 100, you are allowed a break in between, by the way. When you've done about that, though, you can relax, stretch your body out long. Let's do a set of single leg stretches before we move on. If you're here already, pull your right knee in towards the chest. Hold it there. And switch. Oh, did you hear my voice then? I'm a little bit husky today. So I've been teaching in a rustic barn for the past 2 nights. And I've been trying to project my voice. Hopefully it adds to the ambience for you though. Nice husky voice. Okay, let's switch legs. Lift the head and tuck the chin. We're now going to point the toes. Unless it gives you cramp, then don't. And we're going to switch legs. Switching legs and switching legs. Breathe out. And out. And out. Keeping the chin really tucked. Pushing the lower back towards the floor. And if you need to, just giving your neck a little bit of support. Aim for about 6 more. 6, 5, 4. Keep breathing out. And relax. We do one more of those. Great exercise for the front of the abs, and also it really mobilizes your legs and your hips. Hopefully you can feel that. Okay, bring the left knee in this time. Let's lift the right leg out of the floor. Lift the head, tuck the chin, and off we go. Switch, and a switch. Oh, good morning, Janice. Good morning, Margaret. If you need a break at any point, just take one. If we can, we're going to aim for 8 more. 8, 7, drawing the knee right in. No need to rush these ones. Keep your chin tucked. Whoa, when you've done your sets, grab hold of the back of the leg and use it to sit yourself up. Woo, how are we doing? Have I lured you in with the nice music? It's actually quite hard. Feet hip width apart. Sit up nice and tall. We're doing some half roll backs and some roll ups, team. Start off with the half roll backs. Hands face the ground. Glue your fingers together. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Just imagine I'm behind you, pushing down on your shoulders. Take a breath in. Breathe out. C-shape your spine and go about halfway down. Wait here. Check your shoulders haven't lifted. Take a breath in. And breathe out. Sitting up. Really tall, lifting up from the crown of your head like somebody's got a string and they're pulling you up. Okay, do that in your own time now. If you're new to Pilates and you're finding the breath quite confusing, because it can be at the start, when you first begin it feels really weird. But then you get used to it and you kind of understand why you need to do what, where. You breathe out when you need an effort, in simple terms. So I'm going to breathe out on the way back because it's an effort to go slowly, and then I've got to stop myself. So I need my core to be tight for that. And then it's going to be an effort to try and sit up from here. So I breathe out, helping my core contract and pull me back up to seated. It's not a strict rule, so some moves it might not matter so much, but hopefully you can feel why you need to do that in this one. If you want to go with the full roll-ups, we're going to go now. Straighten your legs out, flex the feet. Just make sure you articulate your spine. Love that word. Breathe in and breathe out to sit up. Taking a big stretch over. And if the back of your legs are tight, allowing a bend. We go slowly though. Think one vertebra at a time. Big out breath. Trying to come up smoothly. Doing what we did before if you need to, just to help you come up smoothly. Holding on to the back of one leg if you need. And the alternative to that one, so if you're not quite ready for that one yet, is the half roll back. And by practicing that, that will help you get better at this one as well. Let's do 2 more. And when you've done your 2 more, just hold a little stretch, a forward fold. Don't worry about where your body's at. Just tuck the chin, relax. As long as you can feel a stretch, it's all good. And from here, you roll onto one side. Come up onto your elbow. Line yourself up with the back edge of your mat. Position elbow below shoulder. just so we're not putting any nasty pressure on your shoulder. From here, coming up into a side plank or a side hover. The bottom knee is in the ground. The hip is nowhere near the floor. And if you want to, come up onto the outside edges of your feet, stacking one foot in front of the other. Holding it strong. Give the hip a little lift. And bring yourself back down. We're going to do that a few times, pushing up and then coming down. If you can, you're going to come up onto your hand now, but if it's too much pressure on the wrist, stay on your forearm. So you come up onto the hand. I'm trying to reach up and over like a big rainbow. Up and over. And then coming back down, just resting on my hip, then breathing out, doing it again, pushing up and over. We'll aim for about 5 to 8 of these. Option is going to be on that knee. Or on your forearm, just lifting up, lowering down. When you've done your 5 to 8, and you've completed those, stack one forearm in front of the other and come into plank position on either your toes or your knees. Eyes looking directly towards the floor. The back is long. Trying to get your hips and your shoulders to line up with each other. Unless you're on your knees, of course, might be slightly lower. Squeeze the butt and the thighs. Just hold for a few more seconds. Four, 3, 2, 1. Woo! And rest. You can lower yourself down. A little bit of back of body work, and then we'll do that other side. Hands below your shoulders. Flutter kicks. I've done these in a while. I like these ones. Hands under your shoulders. Roll the head of the shoulder back so it's not pointing down towards the floor. Roll it back. We pin the shoulder blades together. Little squeeze. Elbows are in. Lift the legs out of the floor and start to kick. Trying to keep your legs long. Kicking from the hips as opposed to the knees. Just squeeze the legs. Squeeze the lies. The lies? The thighs. I like that though. Squeeze the lies. If you want more, I'm going to add some arms here. Shooting the arms up overhead. We circle around and squeeze the shoulder blades. Time for that posterior chain work. Your posterior chain, it's all the muscles that run all the way down your back. Fantastic for posture, of course. Then we breathe in, breathe out. Getting that upper back, the mid, the lower. We're working the glutes and the legs and the kicks anyway. And if that completely confuses you, don't worry about it. Try and aim for 2 or 3 more. And we'll give the back a little release. Pushing back into a child's pose. Before we move on to the other side, we're not quite done here yet. This is a move we did yesterday, actually. Take your feet back into a plank position, bend the knees and crouch. From here, come forwards into a plank. So I'm going back and forwards. It's called a bolt. Your option is to do the child's pose that we were just in, then coming back slowly into a plank on the knees. Just make sure that you're not dropping the hips too much, and Make sure you can actually feel it on your core if you're doing that one. So we did this in Sculpt yesterday morning that we've now called Mini Insanity. Great name, Murray. Here you get a little bit of a back stretch when you go back, lengthening. And then we're getting into the abs and the back. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And release. Give your wrists a little shake out if you need to. Going down onto the other side. Side hover. When you are ready. Let's go. Lifting up. Knee or sides of your feet. Just holding it still to start off with. Take a break any point you need. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Now we're doing that rainbow, going up and over. Forearm or hand, you decide. I'm going to come up onto the hand here, just so I can get a better reach. Here we go. We've got 5 to 8 of them. All the way down, and then you push up. All the way down. But this is targeting the sides of your core when you're lifting up your obliques, and you're going to be getting some good upper body work as well into the shoulder. When your 5 to 8 are complete, you can lie down on your front one more time. And very shortly we'll be moving it into some stretches as well, so you feel mobilised and ready for your weekend. Has this been a nice way to start the weekend? I hope it has. Stretch out your body, tuck the chin, you can pop your forehead in the ground. Opposite arm and opposite leg, let's lift up. Now lifting the head out the floor as well. Coming up. And we're switching sides. Up and down. And lift and lower. Back into the back of your body again. Try and keep the legs long. Breathe out every time. 4, 3, stay with it, or go faster, lifting arms and legs at the same time. Keeping the chin tucked, eyes looking right down towards the floor. Squeeze the butt. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. And sit back, push yourself back into a child's pose. Let's do a couple of stretches before you go today. Take a seat. Take your right leg out to the side and pop the left leg on the inside of the thigh. Glue it in. Walk the hands down the thigh, down the leg, tuck the chin and hold. Feeling this down the back of the leg, your hamstrings, possibly into the lower part of your back as well. That is your QL if you're feeling that. Coming up into wild thing, place the hand by your hip. You push up and over the idea is to stretch your hips and your back out. What you want to do here, squeeze your glutes really hard and think about pushing the hips forwards as far as they can go. You're going to reach behind you, look down at your hand. So we're doing this huge back extension, stretching into the front of your hips, your hip flexors. Oh. And switch. That's a nice one. Like that one. Switch legs. Let's walk down the leg first. Well, is anyone feeling stiff this morning? Yeah. Is this helping? I really hope so. You will feel so much better if you woke up feeling really stiff after doing this. We're doing the splits after this. Can anyone do the splits here? I remember this one time, I think it was after a squad social. It was me, my mum, my sister. And then we said, oh, can you do the splits? I think we've been doing Pilates for a social. And everyone had gone. And then I tried to get into the splits. Was like not really anywhere near. My sister nearly was, and then my mum was like, I'll have a go. Straight into the splits. We were in fits. I was like, I'm meant to be the instructor here. Put your hand down. That was really funny. I was not expecting my mum to do that. Reach up and over. Push your hips forward. Look down at your hand. And then take a seat. Release. But what you do have to remember is that your mobility and flexibility is a journey. And if you didn't do things like yoga and Pilates, think about how stiff you might be feeling then. Let's take a breath in, up to the ceiling, interlace your fingers, and reach high. Lean over to one side if that feels nice. And then the other. And a big breath out, you can shake it out. And you can give yourselves a clap. Well done, everyone. What a nice way to start the weekend, to start your day. Do you feel ready? Yeah. Oh, love that. Was it a bit harder than anyone was expecting this morning? Was it nice and relaxing for you? Let me know in the comments. Zen music, good workout. Thanks, Laura. Great session, thanks. Oh, thank you, Deb. Advancement, perfect. Thank you so much. Well, it was so good to see you all on a Saturday as well. Amy, thank you. Thank you. Suze, good sesh. Great stretch and feel good. Oh, that's good. That is good. Well, that is a great way, really positive note to start the weekend off on, isn't it? So have a lovely weekend, everybody. I will see you on Monday morning, bright and early, or Monday evening. And don't forget about that little talk if you're available Tuesday night at 7. It's just going to be on my Facebook page, that's all. So just click onto that. Great workout. Oh, thank you so much. Perfect start to the weekend. Oh, it was, wasn't it? Helen, it's fab. Thank you. It was hard and a great start to the weekend. It is hard. Do you know what? A lot of people think that Pilates is dead easy. And then actually, well, I mean, I feel like it's quite hard. Yeah. It depends which instructor you go to. But if you go to a Pilates class and it feels easy, either the instructor was bad or you weren't doing it right. My first live. Oh my goodness, amazing. Well, welcome to the lives. It all happens at the lives. Anything happens. Saturday Pilates, ace. Oh, it's like lockdown times, isn't it? Yeah, we'll have to do more of it. We will. Anyway, gang, I'll see you. Yeah, see you later. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye, everyone.